one of us to share the link to invite more people. We'll be starting exactly 12:05. And before that, I would love to introduce myself. My name is Ibukun Anna Ogenomoni, and I'm delighted to be your moderator for this webinar series. I would love to call on someone to tell me how his or her day is going. So I'm seeing a new face already. I'm seeing Musharafa Abulawi. Sorry if I spot your name. So please, I'd love for you to unmute your mic and tell me how your day is going. How has your weekend been? Yeah, today is Saturday, so I'm sure most of us are at home relaxing. So I'd love for Musharafat, please tell me how his or her day is going. Thank you. You have the floor. Abulawin.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. We can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is a bit shocking because the screen hasn't even completely loaded before I started hearing my name, but that's fine. My day, what much can I say? It's a weekend, but it's not a weekend for me. It's a working weekend, so I don't know about relaxing on a weekend because I'm busy. But all the same, it's okay. I'm within the confines of my home, no hustling and bustling on the street. So well, I could still call it relaxation in a way. So yeah, fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. So I'd love for Baraka. Please, let's hear from you. How are you enjoying your weekend? You have the floor, Adeboye.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Anna. How are you doing? I'm fine. Well, I'm preparing for my exam. I just said I should join the meeting briefly. Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting this program.
Okay, Baraka. Success in your exams is actually not easy, but I know you got this. So I'd love to hear from one more person. I'd love to hear from, I've seen one of our mentors here. So I'd love to hear from Mr. Omowale Ola Akirele. So please, sir, please share with us how your weekend is going and how your week has been generally. Thank you.
Wow. Wonderful. Okay, good morning, everyone. Nice to be here. Nice to have you all on the webinar. So my week has been okay. Where I work, just getting to know some of my colleagues. You know, they've been on summer break for some time. So this week has virtually been getting to know the new colleagues as they're resuming and getting to know each other as well. For my weekend, well, my weekend started slowly, but I know it's going to kick in fully. Yes. So usually I watch football, I watch sports, I watch movies mostly on my weekends, and so I'm looking forward to another weekend of such. And then for this webinar, I'm also ready. I'm looking forward to having to listen to my mentees, to hear from them, to learn one or two from them. And also, I hope we all are ready for what they have prepared for us as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And actually, for my end, I'm really prepared to hear what Adeboye and Jumbo has prepared for us today. And that's the reason why most of us joined this call to learn. So today's webinar series is on the impact of technology on modern education. And it's actually a privilege to have two of our mentees, Adeboye, Akinde, and Jumbo Idaraobong, to share us their insights on this topic. So before moving on, I would love for us to please take note of the agenda for today's meeting. So the first here is the housekeeping rules. Then we'll share a little information about Miss TB's Educational Foundation, which is the host for today's webinar. Then we'll go on to the presentation for today. We'll have questions and answers, and we'll share with you our upcoming and ongoing events. So for the housekeeping rules, please be aware of your environment. Yeah, ensure you are in a quiet and you are in a distraction-free space. And please keep your volume at a safe level. You should avoid listening at excessively high volume so you can be aware of your environment. So please, when you're not speaking, please mute your mic. So this helps to reduce background noise by keeping your microphone muted, unless if you're asked to speak, then you can unmute your mic and speak. Then please share your video only when requested. So if you're asked to turn on your camera, please do so. And lastly, do not watch while driving. Yeah, for safety reasons, it's very important for us not to attend virtual meetings while driving. So please, if you are driving, it's advisable for you not to watch this series, or you can just park at a safe place and then you can join in the meeting. So moving on, now want to know about Mr. Beast Educational Foundation, which is the host for this series. So Mr. Beast Educational Foundation is a registered non-governmental organization with Nigeria Corporate Affairs Commission, and it was established based on 3 out of 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So these goals are Goal 1, which is based on no poverty. We have Goal 4, which is on good and quality education, and Goal 17, which is on partnership to achieve the goals. So our achievements over years, we've rewarded over 70 students from 4 government-owned secondary schools within 5 years for their academic excellence. We've also empowered over 200 women with vocational skills as a source of livelihood. We've trained teachers from 5 government-owned schools, and currently the second batch of the mentorship program is ongoing. We've supported over 2,000 students and young professionals with scholarship opportunities and also employment. We've partnered with organizations like Society of Petroleum Engineers, Elita Consults, Lagos State Youth Ambassadors, Bayam Fashion, Selfless Service Foundation, KOA Education Foundation, Rural Lua Foundation, and definitely there's more to come. And yeah, the reason why we're here today. So I would be introducing our 2 speakers for today, and we all know the topic for today is the impact of technology on modern education. So our first speaker for today is Prince Adeboye Fares Akinde, popularly known as AAPA or Prince AAPA. Is an aspiring industrialist and is also a mechanical engineering student in his 4th year at Redeemers University. He is an indigene of Ado-Ota in Ogun State. He's a member of the Society of Petroleum Engineers, SPE. He is also a Redemption Chaplain International and a mentee at Mr. Beast Educational Foundation. Prince was a former legislative council member of the Redeemers University Students Association. Currently, he is undergoing industrial training at Lafarge Africa PLC. Prince is passionate about industrialism, innovation, and leadership. He is dedicated to creating positive change through sustainable industrial development, guided by his values of faith, family, and service to others. Our second speaker for today is Idaraobong, and Idaraobong S. Jumbo is a chemical engineering student and a tech advocate, currently owning his expertise through the Mr. Beast Educational Foundation Mentorship Program 2.0. He recently completed specialized training in data analysis and visualization through Dare.io under Nigeria's 3MTT initiative. As a former General Secretary of NSCHE and SPE News Bulletin Team Lead, He championed STEM education and peer mentorship. His practical experience includes academic tutoring at Joy Academy and technical writing. Jumbo is certified in industry conferences like the Africa Gas Innovation Summit and NOG Conference. Idaraobong strives at the intersection of education, technology, and social impact, inspiring future innovation through knowledge sharing. So please, with your virtual hands, let's welcome Prince and Idaraobong. So I'll be sharing their slides from here. So please, I need like 2 minutes for me to set up their slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay. Thank you, Anna, for the warm welcome. We really appreciate.
You can see my screen. Can you hear me, Jumbo? Please confirm you can
Yes,
see
we
your
can see your screen now.
slides.
Thank you.
Okay,
We
please let
can
me
see.
just confirm if I can. Sorry, please let me confirm if I can move the slide from here. Thank you. Sorry, Jimbo, can you still see the screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. I think you can start. I'm trying to move it, but it's not moving. Really don't know what's happening. Coming. But you can go on. I've sorted it out. Sorry.
Okay, good morning once again, everyone. My name is Akinde Adeboye, and alongside my colleague, Idaraobong Jumbo, we'll be presenting on the topic, the impact of technology on modern education. And this presentation is part of our mentorship program 2025. And we're excited to share insights into how technology is transforming in the way we learn and in the way we teach. Okay, before I start, I would like to thank Mr. Beast Foundation for giving us this opportunity to present to you today. We really appreciate it. So we'll be moving on quickly into the introduction for today. But before I take that, I would love to take the agenda, the contents of the slide. The first is introduction. Then the second one is benefits of technology in education. Then after that is challenges of technology in education. Number four, we'll be looking at the potential solutions to these challenges. Then number five, we'll be looking at emerging trends in EdTech, that's EduTech, educational technology. Then number six, we would have an interactive session where we'll discuss, we'll ask our questions and we would respond to it before we conclude. So moving on to the introduction. Okay, thank you, Anna. We can see the slide now. Moving on to the introduction. So I'm very sure many of us know what technology is. But then I'm also very sure that when we mention technology, many of us want to look at it as like things about computer or maybe software and all those kinds of things. That is what we know technology as. At least that is what we're told in school, that technology has to do with things like computer, mobile app, internet, AI, and the other things. So I'm here today to tell us that technology is not just about computers or phones. Even in the olden days, technology has been existing right before we were born. Chalks and blackboard were also once considered technology. There was a time where there was no chalk and there was no blackboard. So after it came on, it was considered technology because it is a technology. So what exactly is technology? Technology simply means using tools, machine, or digital system to make our work safer and easier. So from this definition, technology is simply using tools, any tools. It could be chalk, as I've mentioned, it could be pencils, it could be pen, it could be anything, any tools that make our jobs work faster and easier. So the transformation of learning, the overview before our subtitle for today would be an in-depth interactive look at the transformation of learning. So the key insights here we have here is education transformation. In the digital era, education is undergoing a profound transformation. The education sector is described as undergoing a technological revolution with AI and other tools, making learning more personalized and accessible. Roughly 63% of the world's population are internet users, enabling unprecedented access to online courses, resources, and collaboration. So based on what we can see, we can understand that we are now in the digital era. So the implication of that is that it is going to affect every sector, including the education sector. And even more recently, with the development of AI, and other things that make learning easier, we can see that technology is here to stay and is here to make things better. I'm very sure that many of us have come across the use of AI, maybe at least one time or the other. You have a job to do, maybe you have an assignment to do, you have a task to complete. Then you just look at it that, oh, can't I just send this thing to AI? Or can't I just ask ChatGPT to solve this for me? Or can't I just, you know, many examples that we can give. So AI and technology, they are here to make education better. So it is not exactly a bad influence on education. It is something that will make education more easier, more widespread, more broader for us. So internet access, roughly 63% of the world's population are internet users, including you and I, enabling unprecedented access to online courses, resources, and collaboration. If not for internet access, we won't be here today. We won't be able to connect to each other from various countries, from various states, various towns, and all. Then, moving on, COVID-19 impacts. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated these shifts. Over 95% of countries used some form of distance learning, potentially reaching over 1 billion students. And I'm one of them because I remember when COVID-19 started, when the whole lockdown of it started. At that point, I was so happy that, because I was still in secondary school, I was so happy that, okay, finally, that I'll take a break from school because during that time, though there were online meetings and all, but it wasn't as common as we have now. So COVID-19 caused a global shift into the use of technology, into the use of distance learning, reaching over 1 billion students. So COVID-19 came and it helped us to move faster into this technology. Maybe probably if not for COVID-19, many of us would still, maybe for example, this meeting we have today, we would gather together maybe in a conference room or rent an hall or something like that. So COVID-19 pandemic is responsible for this accelerated shift. It is not that technology hasn't been evolving, but then that short period of time where people were disconnected from each other, from their social life, really caused us to develop better means to reach each other. Then the goals for today will be to outline the key benefits and challenges of educational technology, highlighting emerging trends, and engage the audience with interactive session. That is our goal for today. Then moving on to our very first point for today, the benefits of technology in education. The benefits of technology in education, and without wasting much of our time, personalized learning. That is our first point, personalized learning. AI-driven platforms tailor content to each learner. Intelligent tutoring system analyze study performance and automatically adjust lesson to individual needs. Personalization often includes real-time feedback and adaptive quizzes. So technology has really helped in personalized learning. As I mentioned before, with the use of AI, there are times that I would be in class with my lecturer. I would be discussing about a topic, or he'll be teaching a course. Then in my mind, I'll be like, I don't understand anything this man is saying. I don't understand anything this man is saying. But then at the end of the class, maybe I could get a slide. I'll get a slide and open my laptop, upload the slide to ChatGPT, and tell ChatGPT that explain to me these documents in a simplified manner. So even without reaching out to my lecturer or calling him again or going to meet one of my course mates or something like that, I could easily just check online or put that slide on AI and tell it to like explain the slide to me in a very simplified manner. If I don't like the style in which it is being explained, I'll tell it to do it again, or I'll explain, I would tell it how the kind of style I want it to bring out. You understand? So technology has really helped in personalized learning. We don't have to rely on each other again like before. Because there was a time while I think I was still in secondary school. At that point, anytime I had issues, maybe with a subject, there is this one of my friend who was very good, was one of the best students there. So I would go and meet him that, okay, Daniel, can you explain this to me? Can you explain that to me? Then he'll probably say he doesn't have time, or he's busy, or maybe one thing or the other comes up. So instead of that now, instead of me meeting Daniel, or instead of me meeting someone else, or looking for a teacher I can go and meet, I can just ask AI, or I can just check on the internet to see, oh, what can I say about this? Can I get a more simplified manner of this document? Can I get a more explanatory document that can explain this topic for me? So that is one of the benefits of technology. Most of us here, uh, I'm very sure that most of us here can talk about that. Most of us here can talk about how our experience have been with that, because AI and the use of internet has really made life easier for many of us. So number two, second point, engagement strategies. Rich media, videos, simulation, interactive apps boost engagement and cater to varied learning styles. Countries worldwide produce interactive digital textbooks and multimedia resources. So if you can remember what I said technology is using a tool that makes life easier. Technology is simply the use of a tool that makes life easier. It doesn't have to be an ambiguous tool. You don't need to go and carry maybe a cutlass, or it is not something complex. Using a tool that makes life easier. So the second benefit of technology here is engagement strategies. Engagement strategies. Through technology, we have been able to come across things like AI, then TikTok. We have been able to come across TikTok, Instagram. Then I don't know if any of us have heard of Udemy, all these educational online platforms that help that generates videos, simulation, interactive apps. There are many interactive apps that has been developed over the time, which is simply to boost engagement and cater to varied learning style. I have a personal experience with there's an app called YouListen. On that app, they have rich media, rich videos. I'm not trying to promote them, but they have rich media, rich videos, one-on-one videos that has been recorded, maybe about a topic, about a subject. So anytime I had issues with a particular subject, I would just go to the app. I could just go to the app, check if a video has been uploaded about that topic or about the subject, then I will learn from it. So the development of technology has really helped to cater for varied and various learning styles. Various learning styles. There are many people that they can't read on their own. There are many people that can't read on their own. Or there are some many people that they can't assimilate something on their own. They need people to explain to them. So the use of technology has really provided solutions for these challenges that many people face. So number three, moving on, access and flexibility. Access and flexibility. Remote learning breaks down geographic and time barriers. As I said earlier on, it is because of technology, the use of technology. This meeting platform that we have is an example of technology because it allows us interact with each other easily without moving from one place to another. It allows us interact with each other easily without moving from one place to another. If you think of it, um, I think there's something that has been going around lately. Miva Open University. I don't know if any of us have heard of it, or even the online classes that we have currently. Many students prefer attending online classes. Many students prefer attending online classes because it is cheaper. It is cheaper. You look at the cost of transportation. If you look at everything, you don't have to go to maybe a class of 1,000. You can easily just open a link and share it on a WhatsApp group, and all your students would would join the link, would join the class through the link. So technology has made access and flexibility much easier. It has made access and flexibility much easier, even not just in terms of education. If we take, for instance, networking, in those days, people knowing each other means maybe you have probably met physically before, or or maybe your family relatives or something like that. But then nowadays, we can see that even without meeting each other, we know each other, we know a lot of people, we're able to network easier. This mentorship platform is an example of what I'm talking about. Many of us here have not met physically, though some of us have met, but then many of us have not met physically. But then that doesn't mean we should not be able to network with each other because we have not met physically. Technology has really helped to bridge the gap between networking, between physical and physical networking between people. So technology has made accessibility easier. Distance learning program reached over 1 billion students during the pandemic. That's the pandemic, for instance. A distance learning program reached 1 billion students. Many of us, the universities reached out to us. They tried not to, just because of the pandemic, say that, oh, the school is over, that until the pandemic is over. But that did not happen. Because of the acceleration in technology, we're able to bridge that gap between the physical learning and the distance learning. Then online courses and MOOCs eliminate education constraints, making education available 24/7. As I've said, the online courses have really made things easier. It has really made things easier. Even last month, I was able to take a course on computer aided design, a basic course on computer aided design. And I got a certification from the course, even without going to the center physically. So technology has really made all of these things possible for us. Then number 4, feedback and data. Feedback and data. Education technology tools provide teachers with real-time data, automated quizzes, and learning analytics let instructors see student progress immediately. AI and software can automate routine tasks like grading. These are 3 important points. Education tools provide teachers with real-time data as to how their students are coping with the classes they take. For instance, for instance, maybe real-time data can be maybe attendance. For instance, nowadays, many of us, we don't necessarily need to make use of the physical paper attendance. Maybe when there's a class, the teacher can probably maybe just share a link to the students in attendance, which will help her store it immediately so that anytime she needs that data, she can just easily access it, maybe via a laptop or a mobile device. So that is one benefit of technology. It has also helped automated quizzes and learning analytics, let instructors see student progress immediately. We can take JAMB for instance. JAMB, that's the final exam for secondary school students going to university. So we can take it for instance. JAMB is no longer a physical exam. JAMB is now a CBT exam. And because of that, it has reduced the rate of malpractice in JAMB. It has helped to to curb the information, to curb data is easily, you understand? So it is just an example. Automated quizzes. We don't need anybody to be marking, or we don't need to say, oh, it is maybe 1 million people that have taken this exam this year, and it will take maybe like 2 months before the marking is done. And after marking, you still do verification and all of those. But then technology has come in and taken all of this problem, all of these long processes, that's taking it out. Technology has really made us see that there's an easy way, there's an easier way for which all this can be taken care of, all these tasks can be done quickly. AI and software can automate routine tasks like reading. Even with the common use of Excel, with the use of Excel, you can just automate your student grade. Maybe your student took an exam, just automate the grade, write the name, write out their scores, and the grade will automatically be generated. So that is an example of how we can use technology. So moving on to the next slide, the challenges of technology in education. What are the challenges that we are facing currently in education, and what are the potential solutions to these challenges? So first off, we'll be looking at the challenges, then thereafter we'll move on to the potential solutions to these challenges. Number one, the digital divide. The digital divide. Not all students benefit equally. A UNESCO analysis highlights that about 50% of learners globally have no household computer, and 43% lack home internet access. Technology can be widen inequality if not addressed. Technology can widen inequality if not addressed. So the digital divide is a very crucial challenge that technology faces currently. Taking Nigeria as an example, taking Nigeria as an example, not everyone has a mobile device, even up to today. There are many people that still use their Nokia button phones and all of that. Not everybody has access to internet. As we can see from this, the analysis from UNESCO highlights that 50% of learners globally have no household computer. So this challenge now is that not everybody actually have access to this updated technology. Not everyone. Not everyone. Even up to today, there are places that we go to that there is no network. There's no network. And we wonder that and people are actually living here. How do they get connected to the world? How do they get access to information? That is a big question. How do you get access to information? How do these students get access to latest technologies, to the latest inventions? Many teachers still struggle with using ICT tools. Many teachers still struggle with using ICT tools. So this problem is a very big one. Not everybody knows how to operate a computer, even up to now. Not everyone, not everyone has even touched a computer before. So this challenge we're facing is a very crucial one. Number 2, screen fatigue. Every screen can harm mental health. Every screen can harm mental health. Studies report that teens spend 7+ hours per day on screens and are more likely to suffer from depression or anxiety. Screen fatigue. Screen fatigue is another challenge we're facing in technology. Even with the fact that technology is here, people want to hold on to technology every minute, every second of their life. I can take, for instance, my mom or myself personally. Most of the times, probably mostly on my phone or on my laptop. Then maybe my mom sees me or if I complain to her that, oh, mommy, I'm tired, or maybe I'm sick, or maybe she told me to do something and that I didn't do it, immediately what she would just say is that it's because you have been pressing your phone since morning. I'm very sure many of us I we are falling short of that. We have experienced that in our homes. So screen fatigue is a very, very important problem that we need to look at, that we need to address. That how do we prevent people from staring at their devices all day? Because when you stare at your devices all day, it causes eye strain, it causes headache, and all. So even during online lectures, there are times that probably you have a lecture, for instance, this lecture that we have today, or you have a lecture that is the duration is supposed to be 4 hours. How do we how do we manage that there can be a break within this lecture so that to avoid students from just staring at their screen all day? So screen fatigue is something that we really need to look at, really need to focus on. We need to take note of it. It is a challenge that technology is facing because if there's no solution to this, it will look like a disadvantage. It will be a disadvantage to technology. That's when you hear many people say, oh, I can't use a phone because of my eyes, or I can't do this because I would have a problem with my eyes, or I can't join the class because when I look at the screen too much, I would have headache and all of that. So this problem right here is a very big challenge to us, and it's also a challenge to us to get a solution to it. Okay, so quickly moving on, the third point is distractions in class. Distractions in class. The use of technology causes distraction in class. Even I myself, there are times that I would be in class and I would just open my phone and start scrolling TikTok, whereas I'm supposed to concentrate on what's being taught in class. So the use of technology will cause distraction, or the use of technology causes distraction in classes. Digital device can easily divert attention. Survey finds a majority of students admit multitasking in class, leading to lower achievements. The use of technology can also lead to lower achievement, the same way it can lead to higher achievements, as I've explained. That there are times that maybe I'm in a class and I don't understand what is being taught. I can easily go back and research on that topic to get a simplified explanation on that topic. So the same way it can help a student, it can also distract a student, it can also distract a student. So technology it's not just a one-sided thing, it's a two-sided thing. There are two sides to technology. There's a bad side and there's a good side. So another challenge of technology is distractions in class. It distracts people a lot. It distracts people a lot. Our mobile devices, especially with the development of TikTok, social media, especially social media, many people cannot do without their phones. They are on WhatsApp all day, or they're on Snapchat all day, or they're on Instagram all day, or they're on TikTok all day. So you can mention a lot. Technology causes distraction. Then number 4, teacher training, challenges in technology. Teacher training. Many educators are not fully prepared for technology integration. UNESCO notes that only half of countries have formal standard for teacher ICT training. Only half, only 50% of the population of many countries have a formal standard for technology training. So this is another challenge, teacher training. Many teachers, or even just teachers, not just teachers alone, even we as students, there's there's no longer any formal there's no longer any formal training for technology. Unlike those days where we had subjects like computer studies, we had subjects like ICT and the likes in even in primary schools. I don't know if we still have things like that now, but then, even for teachers, many teachers, they have accepted that, oh, I was not born in the technology era, that I just met technology, that technology is for young people. That is a misconception of many teachers nowadays. They believe that technology is for the young ones, it's for we the young guys, that they don't they don't really necessarily have to go back and get trained on technology. They don't really have to go back and so that's why you see many teachers struggling to use ICT tools, common tools, common Microsoft Word. Many teachers cannot prepare a document on Microsoft Word. Many teachers cannot present a slide. They cannot prepare a slide to present to their students. So this is another major challenge that we've been facing in technology, especially in Nigeria. So quickly I'll recap on what I've said. Number one, number one is the digital divide. Number 2 is screen fatigue, meaning the staring at your mobile device or your laptop for a very long time without taking a break. Then number 3 is distraction in class, the use of TikTok during classes and the likes. Then number 4 is digital training. Then moving on quickly, the potential solutions in technology. The potential solutions in technology. So after this, I will hand over to my colleague. He will continue the rest. So number one is infrastructure investment. Infrastructure investment. Governments and organizations must invest in infrastructure. UNESCO calls for all countries to connect every school to the internet by 2030. So without investment, all of this cannot be done. All of so this is a potential solution to the challenges that we have highlighted already. As I said, teacher training, that many teachers or many people they don't really have access to a formal training. So one way to solve that is investment, infrastructure investment. That is building ICT centers around formal training ICT centers. The government can invest on building ICT centers to specifically train people on the use of certain technology. It could be use of AI, it could be use of anything, maybe Corel, Photoshop, use of technology generally. The government can invest in that to build infrastructures, not just maybe in the town. They can invest it in the schools, in different places, in different places. Then number 2, another potential solution to the challenges that were mentioned is user-friendly software. Open educational resources should be designed for diverse learners, for multilingual interfaces, and accessibility features, user-friendly software. I feel like this is another challenge that many of us have faced in the past. There was a time I registered for an online class in French in France. It was an online class from France. The host was an organization in France, and the language being used was French. But then I don't understand French. I don't speak French, but I was able to translate. I was able to get a translator, an app, a software, translator software that helped me understand what was being said during the training. So user-friendly software is another potential solution for the challenges in technology. So this translator software bridge the gap between me trying to learn and the learning center being in another language different from what I know. So it may not just be about the languages. There could be other challenges around. So a user-friendly software will really help people to adapt easily to technology. As as it is written here, open educational resources should be designed for different learners. People have different challenges. So let it be designed not just for one person. Maybe it was designed in Nigeria and maybe the languages there are maybe Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Those are the main languages. So let's not just be that, oh, only Nigerians can access this. It should be user friendly. Let it be open to everyone. Number three, teacher training, as I've said, teacher training, because it is very important that our teachers are trained because they are the one building up with the young ones. They are the one building us up. So if they don't have this necessary skill of using technology platform, then how would they be able to imbibe this knowledge into the younger generation? So a comprehensive professional development in educational technology ensures teachers can integrate tools effectively. It ensures teachers can integrate tools effectively, meaning that maybe, for instance, now, maybe you have a class, you have a subject to teach, and you can easily just you can easily just develop a presentation slide that will be highly interactive such that your teaching will be more effective. Your student will understand the message you're trying to pass across easily. There will be a visual representation. So teacher training would help the teachers transition easily into the use of these technology tools, into the use of presentation slide, into the use of AI to make researches and all of that, into the use of using softwares, automated learning centers, and all of that to make education more effective. Then lastly, healthy digital habits, embedded media literacy and ethics into the curriculum, embed media literacy and ethics into the curriculum, encourage screen time balance and critical thinking. So media literacy and ethics can be embedded into the curriculum. That means in our schools, in our university, in various learning institutes, we can embed media literacy. We can tell them, we can educate them about media, we can educate them about technology in the schools because it is best to know it from when we are young. It is best to know it from when you are young. You understand? Even in the primary schools, we can embed this in their literacies. We can give them the ethics, show them the ethics of technology. We can show them the bad side, the good side of using technology so that there would be a balance in it. It's not that our young ones will just come out and be using technology, whereas they don't really know what they are doing. So embedding media literacy and ethics into the curriculum will really make the use of technology tools more effective. Then encourage screen time balance and critical thinking. This is very important even for most of us that are here. For me personally, on my phone, I've already set a screen time limit, a daily limit. So anytime I'm about to exceed it, anytime I'm about to exceed this limit, there will be a message that would pop up that I'm about to exceed my daily screen time limits. So it is not just for us. It is not just for our personal consumption. It is for everyone to know about it. Not everybody knows that they can they can set a screen limit on their devices. Not everybody knows that. So let us encourage the screen time balance and critical thinking. Let us encourage it. Let us tell people about it, the advantages and disadvantage of this thing. So I'll be handing I'll be handing over to my colleague now. He will take us on emerging trends in education technology and the interactive discussion session. Thank you. Over to you, Jumbo. Jumbo, are you on?
Okay, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for taking us through the first four content of today's webinar. And I'll be taking the emerging trends in education and technology, and also the interactive discussion and the conclusion. So first of all, I want to appreciate the board members of the Mr. Beast Educational Foundation for giving us this privilege to learn, unlearn, and relearn, because as we all know, learning is continuous. So I appreciate the board members and also the founder of Mr. Beast Educational Foundation, and also our mentor, Mr. Leola Akirele, for the guidance, the mentorship. Thank you very much, sir. And also my co-mentee, Adeboye, thank you for the insightful session. And also to everyone here, I want to thank you all for being here, sacrificing that 1 hour to, learn from today's webinar. And I hope you will go with 1 or 2 things today. Thank you. So the emerging trends in technology. So basically there are 4 key aspects we'll be looking into. First is the AI tools, then second is the immersive technology, then game elements and digital credentials. So as we all know, we are in a digital era. We're in a digital era, and also we're in a AI-powered learning era where tools like smart tutoring systems and automated grading are rapidly advancing. And also we are seeing AI-driven platforms where you have personalized math tutor or reading coaches that will adapt in real time to student input. Recently, I think the founder of Joe Academy is working on an AI platform where the name is Rika AI, where you can, clone your lecturers. You can clone your lecturers through uploading your lecture notes, naming the lecturer self there, and also uploading the lecture notes. And this AI will, draft out a comprehensive reading pattern for you, where you can learn from that material, and also even take quizzes, take exams, take pre-tests. So this is what AI has done for us, and it will be a good thing for us to, key into this. And also, a recent study shows that approximately 60% of educators now use AI tools in their daily class, and this is definitely expected to grow. So moving on to the next, we have virtual and augmented reality. As we all know, virtual and augmented reality can create immersive classrooms. Imagine history classes or history lessons via virtual trips to ancient sites, or science classes with 3D lab simulations. I came across a particular video. It's more like a meme. It's funny, but that's just the reality of, let me not categorically say Nigeria at a whole, but it's just giving us an insight that we need to improve individually and also as a country. In the video, I think they were in a chemistry class where in China, yeah, they were in a chemistry lab rather, where they were doing a reaction, and they were performing a chemical reaction, and the students were participating. They were seeing how the chemicals reacted and the reaction, the post-reaction and everything. Real life, real time. But in Nigeria, the chemistry teacher was, explaining chemical reactions with mouth, and students were not given the opportunity to practice it. So imagine having a virtual reality lab, 3D lab simulation, whereby while they are teaching you, even though the infrastructure is not there to, have those chemicals, those expensive lab equipment, this 3D lab simulation can serve as a bridge. Even though you are not, how will I put it? Even though you are not there real time, but you are seeing it, you are experiencing it. So it will give students more retentive information and the way to participate actively. So I believe that educational institutions should pilot virtual reality labs and augmented reality textbooks for hands-on learning. Then we'll move on to the next, which is gamification of learning. As we all know, mostly for primary schools, even secondary, applying game elements, points, badges, challenges, it makes learning very much easier and very much engaging. I'm sure if you are attending online webinars very well, you will notice that sometimes at the end of the webinar session, they'll take probably a Kahoot. So all those quizzes, it helps to, give that interactive experience. It gives that interactive experience, and it also motivates students by turning their learning into an interactive experience. And also, study shows that it can improve persistency and enjoyment. That's just the reality. So I hope that with this, we can be able to implement this in our daily lives, even while learning. As you are learning as a student, if you have covered a particular course, you can use AI tools, use Slido. There are other AI tools that you can give give it the course material, then it will draft out quizzes for you to take, or in form of a gaming where you get to improve that retentive memory. Then also we are in an era where blockchain for credentials are being implemented. You see that educational credentials are moving to secure digital formats. Imagine someone saying, my certificate was eaten by rats, or it's got tempered by water, all those how will I put it, all those little physical constraints that we face in our certificates. But and also, aside even the having the certificate, the credibility, having a blockchain-based diploma and certificate can make academic record tamper-proof and easily verifiable. And also innovations in blockchain technology means that students can carry immutable, shareable certificates, transcript badges on their device, which are the foresight. It reduce fraud and streamline admission and employment verification. So this is all for the emerging trends. Then we'll move on to the interactive discussion question. So we have 3 questions here. The first is, how has technology improved your learning or teaching? The second is, what challenges have you experienced with educational technology, and which emerging trends excite you the most and why? So I and my colleague, my co-mentee rather, we're able to, since we are talking about technology, to not be good if we don't implement this um in our presentation. So I'll drop a link. I'll drop a link for us to participate in this short interactive quiz. So we did it in a way that there are 4 options for each question. So you pick the one that is best fit for you, and we'll see the real-time interface of the responses we get. So please, have you seen it?
Yes, we've
Hello?
seen the list.
Okay, so I'll be presenting it now. So please, how many of us have been able to access it? Hello?
I can access it now.
Okay. Anna, please, can I share the screen so we'll see, you can see the results from here. Okay. So can you see my screen, please? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I can see it.
Okay, so I'm coming. So the first question says, how has technology improved your learning? And I don't know why this. Sorry. Okay, how has technology improved your learning or teaching? First, we have personalized tool and adaptive learning, then easier access to study resource and material. Then the last, we have better collaboration. So from the poll, we can see that we have just 5 persons. I thought we are more than that in the call. Okay, so let's just move on. So you can see that the majority of the answers goes to personalized tools, which is the first option. So as from this out of the 6, okay, 7, let's just wait a little. Okay, so out of the 7 persons here, so this is an example of real-time interaction. where you are as a teacher or as a teacher and also as a student, you see real-time interaction of your students' feedback. So from this poll, out of the 9 persons that have responded, you can see that the first option, easier access to study resources and materials, at 44%, which shows that majority of people have benefited from technology by improving their learning or teaching due to the fact that
Hello, Idara, can you hear? Are you still on the call?
I think Ida is having network issues because I can't hear him from my end.
Oh, okay, let's just wait a few minutes.
Let's just wait for a few minutes. Thank you. So before Ida joins us again, I would want to hear from 1 or 2 persons to tell us like how far the presentation has been going. Because personally for me, this topic is very critical, the impact of technology on education. And seeing how I'm a student, I would say technology has really helped me in my academics. So I would love to hear from Samuel Ogidi to please tell us like what are your key takeaways from this presentation so far. Mr. Samuel, please can you hear me? Are you here with us? Please, you have the floor.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes,
sir.
I can, sir. Can go on, sir.
Okay, so far the speakers have done a lot. I would just say for me personally, also from what they've said, education, what's it called? Technology has really been helpful in my academic journey. If we look at the people who went to school, let's say 20 years ago, you often hear them say they spend a certain amount to get textbooks, and most times you would even find out that libraries are really very, very useful as at then. And I'm not saying libraries are not useful nowadays, but then people could get things at the comfort of their house, access to resources online anytime, any day. So it's just that these days, most people don't even know the advantage or the advantages of technology or those technological tools in the academics. Instead, they use it for something different. If you know how to use these technology tools, you will really have better understanding of your coursework and the like. So just to keep it short, it's really a very useful tool if you know how to use it and if you know how to maximize it. I would not be mentioning some tools that we all know, a lot of them. Maybe the ones I might mention are the ones that are even outdated, right? There are currently tools, amazing tools that people could use to further deepen their knowledge about whatsoever they are learning. So even though, yes, for everything that has a positive advantage, there's also a negative advantage to it. And the negative advantage of technology here most times is for the fact that people don't know how to use it, one, and two, people then use it for something completely different. Then three, even though it tries to make things easy for us, it then makes students not to spend time to study and understand. They just go online and find the summary. And then at the end of the day, you can't help but notice that education back then in the old is still much more stronger than education these days. Let me keep it short that way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I don't know if anyone can hear me.
Okay, we can hear you. I think
Okay,
Jumbo is back
yes,
now.
so Jumbo is back. Thank you so much, Sir Samuel, for sharing your insights. So, Mr. Jumbo, please, you can go on.
Okay, so sorry for the glitch. And thank you, sir, for the insights, Mr. Samuel Gidi. So, we are in the second question, which is the what challenges have you experienced with EdTech? So I don't know, should I resend the link or you still have access to it? If you have access to it, then you should be seeing this question in your, if you access the link, you should be seeing this question and the options. So just click the one that is best fit for you. Okay, I should resend. So I've resend it. So this is an example of real-time feedback. So currently we have 5 persons in this active poll. So about 60% of the population here, okay, now it's 50%. 50% of the population here, the experience that they are facing with EdTech is that screen time fatigue and health concerns. So we have we have a tie between screen time fatigue and distraction from social media. Okay. So we can see that we just have 14% of the population facing the issue of lack of proper training and support for teachers. Then the majority is distraction from social media challenges. So my colleague has, given an example and also explained the solutions to these distractions from social media and also gaming. And I can still add to the solution. One thing we can do is, if you check our phone, there are many options whereby you can do a screen time for yourself and also for those that have kids. You can also do it for your kids, whereby they have a limited time you can be with your phone on screen. And if you exceed that time, you'll be denied access, I believe so. So you can implement that. And also, okay, the solution to distraction from social media. One other option you can take is digital detox. I think I learned that from the last session that was held here by Mr. Peace Educational Foundation. So you can take out probably 1 week, 2 week off social media. Just probably you want to achieve a particular goal, and you know that being online will distract you from achieving that goal, especially during exam time. So you can take digital detox, stay away from social media and focus on the goal you want to achieve. Then we'll move on to the next So please just check the link. The third question is, which emerging trends excite you the most and why? So we have just one person here. Please, do people have access to the link? Hello?
I can't see the third question. Mine is still on the second question. I don't. Okay,
Okay, you can't see. Let me refresh.
it's on my screen now. It's on my screen now.
Everything. I think I'll need to off my video to make this. Okay. So we have 5 persons active on the poll, and I think we are about 13. We're about 13 in the call. Okay. So okay, so from the results, out of the 7 people that participated, okay, 8 now. Let's wait a bit. If you're having any challenges, just let me know. Call to my patient. Okay. Let me resend the link. Okay. So I think after this, we'll just take the conclusion and okay, so out of the 8 persons that participated, we can see, okay, 9. We can see that the majority of the population is going for the option that AI power tools and smart learning assistants are the emerging trends that excite them the most. So this is giving us a real-time feedback that for us that are yet to leverage on AI to implement or make our learning much more easier. There is need for us to put this into consideration. So this is just an example of how technology have made our learning process very much more easier. So thank you and thank you. So we'll move on to the next. So move on to the next, which is sorry, I'm trying to move on to the next slide. Okay, so the conclusion. The conclusion, we can see that technology is a tool, not a panacea. As UNESCO cautions, simply adding computers or tablets won't automatically improve our learning if pedagogy doesn't adapt. So learning benefit disappears if technology is used in the absence of a qualified teacher. So this is telling us that technology must support, not replace good teaching. Then balance and inclusivity are key. Schools must ensure that human interaction remains central. And also we should be able to teach our children to live both with or without technology. Then equity initiatives, connecting schools, providing devices, offering low-tech options to ensure that no student is left behind. Then the last is keep evolving teaching methods. Education must continuously adapt to new tech. Currently, we have only about half of the countries that define future digital skills, and very few have artificial intelligence in their curriculum. So this is telling us that our ongoing professional learning and curriculum updates are very vital, and combining innovative tools with learning inclusive, balanced pedagogy, educators and also learners can enhance technology. Sorry, can enhance technology for for a better learning process for all. So thank you for your time, and I'll just take the takeaway message. By combining innovative tools with inclusive, balanced pedagogy, educators, educators can harness technology to enhance learning for all. So thank you for your time, and I'm wishing you the very best in the remaining days. So thank you. So Anna, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Jumbo. Thank you, Adeboye. Jumbo, you can stop sharing your screen. Yeah, thank you so much for this presentation. Personally, for me, it was enlightening and actually an eye-opener. And I got something interesting. I didn't know there was like talked about VA. Yeah, that's like actually the first time I'm hearing something like that. And I would definitely like go back to check more on it because it's really exciting. So thank you so much for your presentation. We'll be going on to questions and answers. So please, if you have any question, you can, and you want to speak, you can signify with the raise hand button, or you can just send in your questions in the chat box. Aside from question, we can get comments from the presentation. What's your key learning? And plus the questions that will be taken. So please, if you have questions, if you have comments, you can drop them in. Okay, I see a raise of hand. Oluwakemi Adesola. So please, Ma, you have the floor now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Jumbo and Adeboye, for the presentation. It was really insightful. So this question goes to any of you. Based on your research that you've done and your own student experience, I really enjoyed your presentation, by the way. And when we got to the challenges and solutions part, I like the way you guys really handled it. But I would like to ask, based on your research and your own student experience, what role do you think you can play personally? I know you touched it a little. What role do you think you can play, or the foundation itself, the NGO itself, what do you think we can do, organization, what do you think we can do in overcoming these challenges that you have mentioned in technology adoption? So like I said, I know you mentioned some of the things you can do as an individual, but how about the foundation? Because of course, they are mentees, and would really love that at the end of this mentorship program, we want you to be impactful. We still want you to be part of the foundation. So how do you think you can come, on board? I hope you understand the question.
Yes, Ma. Thank you for your question. For me personally, in the aspect of the challenge of training, I and my friend in school, we have come up together with a platform in which we train ourselves on these different emerging technologies. So it's just a personal way of ensuring that everybody is up to date with the different technology tools that we have. Because, for instance, I'm a mechanical engineering student, and there are various tools that can help to make my job easier. So I don't just keep it to myself. I ensure that I also tell my other colleagues about it. Thank you. I hope that answers your questions, ma'am.
Yeah, it does partly, I guess. Is that Jumbo?
No, this is Adeboye.
Okay, okay. So maybe Jumbo can tell us something from maybe the foundation aspect, because of course we are also interested in, making impacts as a foundation, and you are part of us already. Maybe if you don't have the answers now, it's not compulsory you give me an answer now. Anyway, we can talk about it later, or you talk about it with your individual mentor. So that's fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ma, thank you so much, Ma. I thought Jumbo wanted to answer, so maybe he would send in his own answer to you privately. So I'm seeing another and Mr. B's Educational Foundation. I think that's Ma Mistura.
Okay, yeah,
So
hello
please, Ma
everyone.
Mistura, yeah.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm
Yes, Ma, we can hear you, Ma.
rushing. Okay, so thank you very much for this session. I actually did everything. Don't worry, you get your feedback afterwards. But I just want to say something about this topic. Is that Idaraobong Foundation? The CEO, the founder was actually on the call before, but I think she left. It's about training students on CBT exam, more like we call it a CBT readiness program. We actually found it to be like solving a problem of the nation, one student at a time, because like you said, a lot of students don't have access to internet, to computer and all of these things. And everybody has to write JAMB, everybody has to write ETME. Now WAEC is thinking of actually changing the exam method to CBT. Well, students that haven't seen computer in their life, does that mean they would not be able to go to the university? Does that mean their education stops right in secondary school? We all know that it's either we are lying to ourselves, we all have to provide a solution for that. If not, the children that have gone to school would actually feel the effect of these ones that did not go to school. And this is a way of we being a part of the nation's growth. And I love the solutions, the ideas, and to Kemi, I like those questions you asked, and I look forward to having the answers from you, because, like you said, we are all part of this foundation, and we need to get things that would make us better, that would solve solutions for you and I. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Ma. I don't know if anyone still has any question or comments. Okay, Sir Omowale Ola Akerele, you have the floor, sir.
Wonderful presentation from the guys, Akinde and Idara. I commend the level of efforts they have put into this presentation in terms of the research and the organization of the whole presentation. It's wonderful, and I think not just me, I believe every one of us will learn one or two new things that we may not have known about before. So it's a good thing. Commenting on how we aim to look at how to imbibe some of these learnings or takeaways from the presentation into our program. I think it's something we are going to look at and work on it because we're in a digital age now. Technologies that are in vogue now, I tell you, in the next 5, 10 years, might not be in vogue again. And new technologies will keep coming up that we need to be up and abreast with. So you don't get left out, you don't get caught out in the whole technological evolution of the thing. As we have seen, technology will continue to evolve and how it affects every other area of our lives, not just in education, but in every other aspect in our career and all that. So beyond just implementing it in our education, uh, we should also be looking at how we can implement it in other areas of our life. The aim is for us to have a better life. So if there's any way we can leverage on technology in learning, out of learning, it's something we should really work on, not just in this foundation that I'm talking about, even in other in our individual aspects of our lives. So, group presentation. I'll speak with my mentees later. We'll discuss about it, and then if it's something, if we get something worthwhile that we can contribute to the foundation in terms of moving forward with leveraging technology in our education, we'll get across to you. So thank you for the opportunity. I learned something today, and I believe you all too have learned something.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your comments. I think that's all for questions and comments. So we'll be moving on. So thank you so much, Jumbo. Thank you so much, Prince, for the presentation. It was really, really good. It was really insightful, and I'm sure that we all took something away from this presentation. So moving on, we'll just be talking on, sorry, please, this me. Um, sorry, just a moment. Uh, okay, sorry, please, let me just stop sharing. Okay, so the last item for this meeting is on the ongoing and upcoming events, the STB's events, the ongoing and the upcoming events. And the first year is the free CBT readiness program. I'm trying to see if I can share my screen so you can see it. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen. So the ongoing and upcoming events, the first one here is the free CBT readiness program, and is a program aimed at training secondary school students in terms of for their digital exam skills. Confidence building and troubleshooting. So forms are available for pickup. So you can pick up forms at KOA ICT Center, Gideon Bus Stop at Giwa, Ogun State. So please, limited slots available. And the first cohort is starting August 2025. So the next on the upcoming events is the Mentorship Conference 1.0 with the theme 4G Network, Strengthening the Future Through Mentorship. And it's happening on and the last year is the fashion skills training happening 1st of July to 15th of December 2025. And the fashion programs will enable you to build skills, knowledge, and confidence you need to succeed in today's competitive fashion industry. So it's specifically for female is age 18 to 35 years, and she should in Agege, Abule Egba, set of May. Okay, that's fast. So I think the training is ongoing already. Yeah. So please, for the mentorship conference, let's help with publicity. We need publicity for our mentorship conference 1.0 happening 10th of 11th October, and also for the free CBT program. So that will be all for the upcoming and ongoing activity. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was nice having you all here. And please, you can follow us on social media. We're live on LinkedIn, and we're also on Instagram at Mr. B's Foundation. And also on our foundation. So for more inquiries for partnership, you can send us an email at info@mistbsfoundation.org, or you can visit our website, mistbseducationalfoundation.org. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was nice having you all here. And please do have a great day. Thanks so much, everyone.